Welcome to the Raven Space on YouTube. My name is Jason, and this is Raven Space News, where we talk about Baltimore Ravens news every single weekday. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I wanted to talk about last episode. A lot of you guys thought I was being pessimistic, and I know sometimes I don't do a great job of making sure that the research carries over, but I'm gonna break it down for you guys today, so maybe you can see where I'm coming from, where I say I don't really think that the Ravens got better. And we're going to do that with some blind comparisons. I thought it'd be fun. Please subscribe, and now let's hop in. Boom. First comparison. Look at this. Now, I'm not telling you who it is, but we can see that the numbers are similar. I mean, similar as all get up, right? One played 15, one played 14. One had 52 receptions, one had 58 receptions. One had 748 yards, one had 618. That's a big difference. One had 14 yards on average per reception, one had 10. Big difference. One had 49, one had 44, not a large difference. And then one had 8 touchdowns, the guy on the right, and one had 4, the guy on the left. That is a big difference. But before we reveal, let's go to the next one. Very, very similar, except for this time you can even say the person on the left is much better. The person on the left played 12 games. The person on the right played 10 games. The person on the left had 40 receptions. The person on the right had 21. And I don't think this player was going to get 10 receptions a game if he played those other two. Again, same thing with yards. The person on the left wins. It's just crazy. Yards per game, not a big difference for me. And then, again, touchdowns are similar. So if there's anything you can say, is that the person on the left is better or they're equal. Same thing with the last one. The person at the top on the left was at least equal to the person on the right. So let's reveal who they were. Okay? Mike Wallace on the left at the top. Mike Crabtree on the right at the top. Same numbers, right? Same numbers. Same thing with Jeremy Maclin. And I know a lot of you guys want to say John Brown was hurt. So was Jeremy Maclin. And also, even if you give John Brown those 2 games, he's still not going to reach the yards and production that Maclin put up. So again, and also, out of Maclin and John Brown, only one of those players has experience being a number 1 receiver. So this is what I'm saying, guys. Again, let's just one more time. Let's go back to the numbers so you can see it. You look at these numbers and you tell me, is there a significant difference? A significant difference. I just don't see it. And also, we have to remember, Michael Crabtree is coming to Joe Flacco, and 2 years ago, his quarterback was an MVP candidate. John Brown is coming to Joe Flacco, and 3 years ago, I believe, his quarterback was an MVP candidate, right? Mike Wallace and Jerry Maclin in Baltimore had Joe Flacco, who was injured and was not an MVP candidate, ever, right? There's never been a time in the league where you thought that Joe Flacco was going to win the MVP of the league, the regular season. Super Bowl MVP is cute, but there's, only 2 players can, only 2 quarterbacks can win that award, right? In the regular season, every single player has a chance, and Joe Flacco hasn't even got close to sniffing that. So I'm just showing you guys. You look at these numbers, and in the comments below, you explain to me why the Ravens got much better. Because it seems to me that we went from 2 number 2s to 2 number 2s. And so if our team didn't get better, then we're going to be in the same situation we were last year. And it's not pessimism, it's realism. So now let's get to the topics of the day. We're going to talk about RG3's signing. We're going to talk about some surprising draft scenarios. And then we're going to talk about some play action woes. And then we'll do at the end of every single episode, we got the mailbag and the comment of the day. If you guys want to participate, please put those in the comment section below. Now, for topic 1, the Ravens have signed quarterback Robert Griffin as a backup quarterback. And I thought this move was a decent enough move. The one thing that I really feel bad for is I wanted Woodrum. I wanted Woodrum to be the backup. I really did. And now there's going to be a competition, I believe, which is always a good thing. And many people think this is a competition for Joe Flacco. I'm letting you guys know now that RG3 is not going to lead us to the Super Bowl. But he will provide some competition for Woodrum and will make Woodrum a better player. Do the Ravens really need RG3? I don't think so. I really do think that we did not need him. I think Woodrum can provide quality snaps as a backup if needed. But the Ravens believe they make us better. I know a lot of you guys RG3. But again, you gotta if you watch him play football the last couple of years, you know he don't got it. You know that knee injury that he had really hurt him. It really hurt him bad. But he can be a number 2 in the league, and he should have been in the league last year. Same thing with Colin Kaepernick. He should be in the league as well. Because they do have the talent to be good number 2s on some teams. But I don't think that they help your team significantly. Again, backup quarterback is a position that is weird because you want to have a decent one, but you don't want him to play, right? So, they don't really make your team better. I understand what the Ravens are trying to say here, but backup quarterbacks, you hope they don't play. Now, I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, Nick Foles. Listen, Nick Foles was better than RG3 ever was when Nick Foles was the starter. You got to remember, Nick Foles set history for touchdown to interception ratio. Also, Nick Foles has better players around him than the Ravens do. Also, Nick Foles has a better offensive coordinator than the Ravens do. So, let's not, jump on the Nick Foles train and try to put that on RG3. He's a good backup. I'm happy he's in the league. And I think that it's going to be a battle between him and Woodrum for that second spot. So, again, we'll see what it comes down to at the end of the day. Now we're going to go to the second topic. And this topic is about what the Ravens are going to do with that 16th pick. Ozzie Newsome in a pre-draft interview stated that you may be surprised who you pick at 16 this year, if we pick at 16. And I don't know if we'll be surprised. I think Ozzie's just talking. So let's start. What would surprise me? I would be surprised if the Ravens took a quarterback. I'll be surprised if the Ravens maybe took a running back at that position. Those would be the only two things that surprise me. Will the Ravens take a running back? Even though it's a very strong running back draft, I say no, they don't take a running back. We have our answer at running back for the short term at least. Alex Collins, let's keep him there. Let's try to make him great instead of trying to get another player on board at running back. Now, is drafting a quarterback really an option for the Ravens at 16? No, it's not. It's not, because if it was an option, you don't hire RG3, because RG3 is a move that says, hey, we're going to have a battle at that second spot. The Ravens usually don't carry third quarterbacks. So either RG3 or Woodrum is going to be on the team. Woodrum may be on practice squad. I don't know if he still can do that. There are rules for practice squad, a certain amount of years in the league. But so I would say this is not an option. You can't sign RG3 and draft a quarterback. So now you have 4 quarterbacks fighting for 2 spots. And actually 1 spot is already taken. So you have 3 quarterbacks fighting for 1 spot. It just doesn't make sense. That's a waste of a draft pick at 16. And honestly, I just don't see anything that can surprise me. What the Ravens probably will do, they'll probably trade back. That's what they'll probably do. They'll probably trade back. At trading back, you can get some good receiver talent and some decent offensive line talent. The offensive line, you can get some good guards in the first round, but I think they want tackles, and you have to move a little bit back to get some of the but some good tackles that aren't going to cost you a fortune for the draft pick. So that's what I think. You're not going to be surprised. The biggest surprise that could happen is that the Ravens will trade that pick, but they're not going to take a quarterback. They're not going to take anything surprising. Now, they could take a defender, and that might be surprising to some people, but not surprising to me. But, it is what it is. Now we're going to move to the third topic, and this topic is a sad topic. Pro Football Focus shows that Joe Flacco was the worst play action quarterback in the league last year. And if you guys can see on the screen, I have a chart. Now, no play actions on the left, play actions on the right. So first we could say that Joe Flacco without play action was better than some decent quarterbacks. Jameis Winston, Cam Newton, Marcus Mariota. But when it came to play action, he was terrible. You guys can see Joe Flacco's name is at the very bottom at a 78.9 passer rating when he's doing play action. And this is for a lot of reasons. One reason is that the offensive line wasn't good at the beginning of the season. And that's a true reason. That's the real deal. Second is receivers drop passes. So not all of it is on Joe Flacco. Not all of it is an accuracy issue. Some of it is an issue with the people that you have supporting your quarterback. Again, so NFL, stats are weird because, of course, they don't take into account drops when they take into account quarterback rating. But a lot of it was that way. Again, they don't take into account that you have players on your team that you're afraid to throw the ball to, like Rashad Perriman, right? So again, I do see what they're saying, and we were not good on play action last year. You can tell that from the eye test. And for Joe Flacco to be successful, the play action game has to be good because it allows him to make those deep throws that we hope he can still make coming into this season. So again, and honestly, we were our best as an offense under Gary Kubiak, who is one of the great play action coordinators in the league. So I really do hope that we improve on this. And if we improve, we could possibly become a team that has a much, much better offense than we had last year. So now we're going to go to my favorite segment of the day, the Mailbag question, sponsored by our Patreons and our race-based patrons. Thank you guys so much. And this question comes from Corday Gaskins. Did you really say Crabtree's a number 2 receiver? He was a number 1 for the Raiders. Sorry, Corday. You're wrong, sir. I don't want to, pile on this topic, but if you ever heard of a young man named Amari Cooper, Amari Cooper is the real deal. He is a number 1 receiver, and even though he didn't have a great year last year, he actually had more yards and equal amount of touchdowns than Crabtree. So it would be impossible for him to be number 1 receiver if Crabtree had more yards and receptions and was tied for touchdowns, right? So again, sorry, man. Don't unsubscribe. You were wrong, but don't unsubscribe. Now we're gonna go to the comment of the day, and like I said, the comments were buzzing with this topic, so I had to pick it. I didn't have a lot to pick. And then Javi Sanchez says, "We got way better because last year all we had were number 3 receivers, and at least we have number 2s. Now let's go get a number 1." And I agree. I want a number 2. I really, really do. Because you have to have some good players in that second and third spot. But when you don't have a number 1, you can't just go get a number 1. It's not, the Ravens had a chance to go get a number 1, but they decided not to. Okay. And again, I'll point out to you, you say we had number 3s last year. Look at the numbers. Look at the science. The science is saying that you're wrong. So if you think the Ravens got better at receiver, the science is saying, no, we did not. Okay. All I'm saying is the science doesn't lie. Okay. It is a fact that Mike Wallace was at least equal to Michael Crabtree last year. It is a fact that Jeremy Maclin was at least equal to John Brown last year. So with all that being said, and again, you guys go ahead and say it. Jason, John Brown was injured. I'm going to tell you, so was Jeremy Maclin. John Brown played 2 less games. And even in those 2, if we gave him 2 games, he still would not catch. Jeremy Maclin in yards or receptions. So, you You guys say what you want. The numbers say something different. And I do the research and I know. And that's why I feel confident coming and giving you guys what I feel is the truth. Because, I know you guys want me to be rah-rah. No, I tell the truth. And if your goal is what the Ravens keep on telling us our goal is to win the Super Bowl, that's why I'm pessimistic, because if you want to win a Super Bowl, then you need to get Super Bowl caliber players. It's kind of like the Rams are doing, right? I'm just saying, kind of like the Vikings are doing. I'm just saying, right? You got to get better. And the only way to get better is to actually get better and get better players, get better people in the field. And we're not doing that right now. So, it is what it is. Again, disagree with the math if you want, but it's the truth. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it. Please subscribe. I'll be back on Friday. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.